Is targeting dead on Meta? The short answer is yes, because now they've even added a new option where you can just add a suggestion for your targeting, and then Meta is going to do the rest. So let's look at what it looks like and when it is a good idea to maybe use lookalikes or interest-based audiences. Let's look at what it looks like to add the audience suggestion, which is a new update in the targeting. So this is a demo account that I have. It's just used to show you guys what it looks like. So I'll just create a new campaign, creating a sales campaign. And then, yeah, nothing has really changed in this section at the campaign level. I don't have this defined here because, again, it's a demo account, but make sure in your ASC campaigns or Advantage Plus, you have the engaged audience and the existing customer audiences defined. I think I have another video on that. If you don't know how to do it, just comment below and I'll send you the link. But it's super important because then you can actually see what percentage of your budget within ASC is going to these audiences and whether it's hitting a new audience or not. So that's one of the first things I look at sometimes when I'm looking at a new account. But anyway, so in terms of the audience, so yeah, I'll just change this to website only. Again, this is not active, so this is all grayed out. But you basically need to scroll down and then here at the audiences section at the ad set level where, you normally choose the targeting. This is the update where now it's saying suggest an audience. Obviously, Meta wants you basically to keep the audience as broad as possible, especially for conversion campaign. If your product is broad enough, like you don't need to actually suggest an audience, like you just let Meta decide and let the creative do the targeting. But what's important is you obviously want to put the location in and then under here, which to keep it hidden, show more controls is you can switch the minimum age if it's like slightly older, you don't want to sell till 18 or 25, but I would definitely add exclusions because within ASC, especially if you're a bit more of a mature brand or spending more than 3, 5, 6K a day, then it's gonna always circle the most likely customers to buy, super bottom funnel, and it'll be hard for you to get new conversions. So you have to add in at least your existing customers, maybe the last 90, 180 days, or even just with the pixel. But yeah, so in terms of targeting, you don't need to do anything. Like what you could do is just add a suggestion in here, which is awesome because you don't actually then, you're letting the system, you're guiding the system, but then giving control to Meta to just find the best conversions or the cheapest conversions possible. And then this is, if you just want to add in lookalikes in here, you can even do the interest-based targeting. So, if you're selling like pet food or something, there's like all this stuff that you can add in, which is cool. But, and then, yeah, even with the gender, like you can just add a suggestion. Like I was running a campaign targeting men, but I just put it as a suggestion in here instead of switching. So you can see here, it shows like your suggestion. So I actually found better performance having it just as a guide versus going the old school way. And I completely limit the system to only target men because even though the campaign was for men, it could still be women buying it for men or women sending it to their partner to be like, oh, you should buy this product. So you don't always want to limit it completely unless there's a really strong reason why you need to. And then, yeah, this is the old school way of further limit the reach. And like the minute you click that, like even Meta's like really telling you not to do it, it's going to limit your performance and only do it if you need to reach a specific age, gender, custom audience. The other thing you can do is they even have this right now, the value rules. Say men are more valuable than women, or like a certain geo is more valuable, or a certain age range based on like your LTV or like other historical data. You can just create a rule set and then increase the bid just on that particular demo. So suppose let's just go with age. Like you have data that like, yeah, people like Gen Z, for example, or whatever, 18 to 24 is like more valuable. So you can just choose that and then like you can increase the bid by 25%. So it's not actually going to change anything in terms of the budget or the daily budget. The Meta in the back end is just going to bid more within your budget for that age group. So you might see more delivery to that age group, you might not, but essentially you're just telling the system that you find that age more valuable and it can spend more to kind of show ads to that group. So that's another way to target that group instead of adding in a specific ad set or targeting just for that age range. So again, it's like you're giving the system as much breadth, but then giving it like some guardrails, which I think is what they want to do. And I'm seeing better performance with that instead of breaking everything out into like separate ad sets or campaigns. But yeah, then, okay, so next let's talk about how and when I actually do use interest-based or lookalike audiences and like really limit the reach of the ads in terms of going old school and setting the targeting. Let's get into it. Okay, so when do I use all the targeting and really limit the system? It's when I'm not running sales or conversion campaigns because the meta algo is so good for conversion that it knows who's going to buy, who's most likely to buy, so you don't have to worry. And that's why like everyone just goes broad, and that's what advantage shopping ASC is about. Especially if you have enough conversion data with the pixel, like Meta is going to know who to target better than you. But the minute you start messing around with other objectives like traffic, engagement, awareness, there's so much like random traffic that can come because obviously that whole pie of people and audience is so much bigger that you do actually want to add in some targeting and you don't want to go broad if you're running traffic or awareness. So give you an example for a traffic campaign. If you're running like landing page views, I would definitely add some kind of like more targeting and like really limit the system. But even if you just do like within a sales campaign, if you do like view content, but okay, let's just go with traffic because it's easier. But so instead of the recommended settings, I would do a manual traffic campaign. And then in terms of all this stuff, it's fine. But at the ad set level, instead of link click switch, you could just get like a lot of bot traffic or just like really bad quality traffic. So I'll definitely change it to maximize number of landing page views. So you're actually optimizing for like a page view. So you're getting more qualified traffic automatically. But even that's not enough. So within that, once you do that, like I would definitely go in here and then basically switch to original audiences. So not only add the optional suggestion, because then Meta's still going to go super broad. Like even when you switch to the original audience option, like it'll still go broad, but at least it's a bit better. I would don't use the Advantage Plus, but use original audiences and then really get targeted. Remove 65 plus, because a lot of times it just goes like really random. If your product's not good for younger, do that. Like maybe for this product, it's only women, and then add in whatever stuff they're interested in. So if it's like jewelry, apparel, and then you can even define it further, add in like engaged shoppers and keep adding in whatever interest behaviors or demos like relevant. Because you can see even after you do that, there's still like the Advantage Plus detailed targeting is applied, but it's still a bit better when you like just add in all these layers to limit the system and obviously add in exclusions. You can even add in like lookalikes here if you have a 1-2% for these kind of traffic campaigns to really like guide and limit the system. But apart from this stuff at the audience level, the most important thing honestly is at the placement level. So especially when you're not running conversion campaigns, like you have to limit the placements if you're running video views, traffic, awareness, or literally Meta is going to spend 80% of your budget in like the worst, most random placements. I've seen it happen too many times and like it just really messes it up and all your budget will get wasted. So you have to edit the placements and then select remove audience network. You can remove threads, but even within the feed and Instagram, I haven't removed Messenger. But like you can remove marketplace, sometimes hit or miss, but right column, like Facebook notifications, it's so random, like it's insane. I'll just remove that. You can keep marketplace, but yeah, it just depends. Sometimes I like to remove it. Video feeds is okay. Business Explorer, I'll remove. This profile reels, I'll remove. It's like too random. In-stream for reels is a total waste, especially if you have video content. Like I've seen some of my video view campaigns spend like 50% of the budget here on just like really bad engagement metrics. So I definitely remove that. Remove search. So yeah, if you want to make sure it's like only the best placements, I'd probably just remove like video feeds and marketplace too. Instagram Explore is not bad. And yeah, profile feed too. So it's like kind of only 6 or 7, 9 out of the 24 placements. But yeah, that's it. So like this is the only time I like really limit the system when I'm not using the conversion objective and going up a funnel because Meta is just not as good with non-conversion objectives to find like the best traffic. But yeah, that's it.